So today I'm going to be doing a full face of drugstore makeup versus high-end luxury makeup. You wouldn't believe all the dupes that I found to some of the most luxurious, expensive makeup for mature skin. So in case you're interested, then keep on watching. Hey guys, it's Kat and welcome to my channel. You guys, I'm so excited about this video. It's been a long time coming. I've been purchasing a lot of makeup recently and I couldn't help but see the similarities in all the makeup that I've purchased. Everything from primer to eyeshadow, I've got you covered. Some of these will surprise you and some of them probably won't. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now that we're almost officially to winter, oh my gosh, it's December. Happy December. My skin tends to run a little dry, so I like to give myself a little glow up before I apply my foundation. And some of the best primers are actually drugstore. And if you want a more glowy complexion, I found that the Milani Glow Drops Radiance Boosting Serum is identical to the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum. Now the Milani retails for $13.99 and the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum retails for $34. They have a slight tint to it, like almost a peachy gold tint. This is the Milani, the Danessa Myricks. I'm gonna put right here. This one has a little bit more of a golden sheen, but look how similar they are. Now I'm gonna put the Milani on the left side of my face. They both hydrate, they both give you a luminous glow, especially if you have normal to dry skin like I do. But look how it gives my skin a natural glow. Now it will dry down to a certain extent so it won't be too sticky or tacky and it'll lay beautifully under your foundation. On my right side, I'm going in with the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin. This one is slightly thinner in consistency and this one smells just as yummy, hence yummy skin. But it gives you that natural, beautiful glow. This is $13.99 and this is $34. They look identical on the skin. They both smell fantastic. They both give you that radiant glow underneath your skin. It's beautiful. For foundation, this really shocked me. I have been loving the Revlon Illuminance Skin Caring Foundation with 5% squalane and hyaluronic acid. This retails for about $13.99 and you can find it in every single drugstore. You can find it at Ulta. But then the other day I started pulling out my Makeup by Mario SurrealSkin foundation and I was shocked to see that it was so similar to the Revlon. Don't get this one confused with the Serum tint. This is more of a medium to full coverage foundation, whereas the Skin tint, which I absolutely love, is more for an everyday even tone finish. But the Makeup by Mario retails for $42. This also contains squalane. Now this provides medium to full buildable coverage. Now that the primers have settled into my complexion, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the Revlon to the left side of my face. This is supposed to provide a natural finish, medium coverage, and with the help of that glow serum underneath, it's gonna really provide a glowy, natural finish. But I'm just applying it with my fingertips. But it's super easy to apply. It has a very thin consistency, which I like. It doesn't end up cakey. It just gives your skin such beautiful coverage. And it's $13.99. I'm gonna take a kabuki brush and just pat it into the complexion. But look how, oh my gosh, this is so pretty on the skin. And I'm just gonna tap a little bit more where I have hyperpigmentation. But you can definitely build it up without worrying about getting that cakey look or that too much foundation look. But look how smooth it is on the skin. How beautiful that coverage is. It's super smooth, it's super skin-like. And this is the Revlon, $13.99. I know, right? The Makeup by Mario retails for $42 and I'm in the shade 5N, and I'll be sure to put all the products linked in the description box below, and of course all the shades. If you do click on those links, it does help out my channel a little, so if you do click on it, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. But let's go in on the right side with the Makeup by Mario SurrealSkin. I remember when this first came out, I was in love with this foundation. And I'm gonna go ahead and tap it in. Same thing as the Revlon Illuminance. It's got medium to buildable full coverage. Now I do have to say, this has a slightly thicker consistency, so you're probably going to get more coverage right off the bat, but you can definitely sheer it out or build it up. And again, I'm gonna go in with my foundation brush and just tap it in. But look at that. Oh, seriously, this is so pretty. I've forgotten how pretty this foundation is. I mean, it is $42. It is a little bit more pricey, but I think Sephora is having their sale right now, 20% off. So if you're looking for, you know, a higher end foundation that's going to give you medium to buildable coverage, this is absolutely stunning on the skin. Look at that. And in reality, you're going to use less of this because it has more coverage. So you kind of chance it more if you're going to add a little bit for coverage on the drugstore side, whereas you're going to add a lot less on the high-end side. So I don't know, which side do you like better? Both are beautiful, but if you're on a budget, the Revlon Illuminant Skin Caring Foundation is a definite option. Now for concealer, you know I love a good serum concealer because it's thinner in consistency and texture. It's less liable to settle into those delicate fine lines under your eyes. I do have a drier under eye area. I do have discoloration. The Physicians Formula Butter Glow Concealer, if you know, you know. This is such a fantastic drugstore concealer. I have been loving it ever since I tried it out. Earlier this year, it retails for $10.50. But the other concealer that I so love is the Tower 28 One Swipe Hydrating Serum Concealer. Now this retails, like I said, for $10.50. This retails for $22. Both are extremely similar in consistency. This one provides light to medium coverage, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit right through here. Love the consistency of this because it's super lightweight, super thin. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the Tower 28 and the doe foot, quite similar. And just apply it right through there. Yeah, blend a little bit better, Catherine. Let's blend that a little bit better. This has such a thin consistency, it literally blends itself. You really don't have to worry about settling into fine lines. It just has a beautiful consistency. The perfect amount of coverage. You can build it up, definitely brightening. And if you have a dry under eye like I do, you are gonna love this concealer. It doesn't get cakey whatsoever. That's what I love about it. And take a dampened beauty sponge and just press that in. Ooh, so, so good. And now I'm gonna go ahead and blend in the Tower 28. This concealer has a slightly thicker consistency than the Physicians Formula. And I think it provides just a hair bit of more coverage. So in essence, you're gonna be using less. Less product is better, especially for mature skin like ours. And then I'm gonna take the other side of the sponge and just tap it in. So, I would say the Physicians Formula has light to medium coverage, whereas the Tower 28 has more medium coverage. So you're, like I said, you're gonna use less product with the high-end side, so you're less is more, we all know that. But if you wanna get fuller coverage, you're gonna have to add a tiny bit more with the Physicians Formula. Okay, so this is looking really, really good for bronzer. I love Essence products, particularly the Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. This is in the shade Chocolate Sundae. This is such a beautiful powder bronzer that's not gonna add any texture to your skin. It's just gonna add a beautiful natural glow to your complexion and an instant warmth. And this is always in my arsenal. This is always in my collection. This is the one I reach for almost every single day. It's just so easy to throw on. It's effortless, it's beautiful. This retails for $4.99. Is yours like mine? Mine broke, my little lid broke, but you know what? I really don't care because it's such a good bronzer. For the high-end side, I love this bronzer so, so much. When I first got it, I could not put it down, but it's from Too Faced. It is their Chocolate Soleil bronzer. You have to give it to Too Faced. About packaging, it is absolutely stunning. It's got the little heart right there. It's so cute. And then you open it up, chocolate matte. Oh my gosh, and of course it has that signature scent of cocoa. So if you don't like the smell, if you don't like your makeup smelling, this is probably not for you. This retails for $36. I know, you're paying for packaging, you're paying for that name, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply the Too Faced. This is so similar to the Essence. It's a little bit deeper in color. It's so smoothing on the skin. And it just gives your complexion that perfect amount of warmth. So, so pretty. let's even that out. I look a little lopsided, so I'm just gonna add a touch more with the essence. Match the other side. But you can put on as much as you need and it's not gonna get cakey. It's not gonna look weird on your skin. $4.99, $36. Which do you like better? Now, for cream blush, this was so shocking to me. I was piddling around one day with my blush and I found myself going back to the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Makeup Stick. This is their blush stick and it's in the shade Floral Majority. This retails for $3.99. And then I pulled out the Pat McGrath Color Balm in Paradise Peony. Now, this retails for $29. $29! It's encased in plastic, pretty much like the Mega Glow. Hello. But they are very similar, you'll see in the shades. It's very strange. This looks a little deeper, but wait till you see what it looks like on the skin. First, I'm gonna go in with the Mega Glow from Wet n Wild. This is a cream blush, but the consistency on this is so perfect. I don't know what it is with the more drugstore cream blushes. They kind of have, not to scare you, it kind of has less of a balmy feel, if you know what I mean. It's more of a cream filled, but it doesn't get sticky and tacky on your complexion. Now, this is a stunning, everyday, natural color. This is Floral Majority. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous on the skin. Isn't that beautiful? The Pat McGrath Color Labs. This is more of a balm. It is very hydrating. If you tend to have drier skin, you will probably love this during the winter time. However, I have to give you a warning. If you don't like your hair sticking to your face, that's what's gonna happen. It is so balmy to the point. It is quite sticky. It doesn't dry down as well as the Wet n Wild. The pigment is absolutely beautiful, but I found it to transfer. So at the price of $29, I expect more. I expect more. Don't you? It's still very pretty on the skin. I mean, look at that. Isn't that pretty? But they look identical. But again, this transfers. This one does not. So I think Wet n Wild's got this one. For eyeshadow. For eyeshadow, this is crazy. I was going through all of my eyeshadow palettes and oh my gosh, I have so many eyeshadow palettes. And recently I purchased the mega expensive Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 3. So when it came down to picking a drugstore eyeshadow palette versus a high-end palette, I was so shocked. And this was something I totally forgot about. Who remembers this one? This is the LA Girl Downplay Eyeshadow Palette, which retails for $8.99 and you can pick it up at Target. But I found out the colors are so similar in these two palettes, especially 3 or 4 shades. So if you're a person that doesn't like looking at a huge eyeshadow palette and getting overwhelmed, the LA Girl Downplay one might be your cup of tea. But let's hold them up side by side. There are definite similarities. Now remember, this one is all mattes. Of course, you're gonna have several shimmers in this palette, but let's do an eyeshadow look and you won't be able to tell the difference. I'm gonna go in with the second lightest shade from the Downplay palette. And I'm just gonna brush it all over the lid. Kind of like a peachy tone. It's perfect for that transitional shade. And then from the Patrick Ta palette, I'm gonna go in with this shade, which is very similar. Now remember, these do have a lot of kickback, so make sure you tap off your brush. But I'm just gonna go in with this. Again, a little bit more pigment, but essentially the same shade. And that's pretty much all you need. Going into the LA palette, I'm gonna go in with this deeper peach shade and I'm gonna deepen up that crease. Isn't that pretty? Wow, okay. On a different brush, I'm gonna go in with this shade right through here from Patrick Ta and do the exact same thing. Oh, look at that, literally blends itself. This side, you could use a little bit more pigment. So again, we're gonna have to add a little bit more color, a little bit more. So just to even it out, like that. It looks the same. It looks the same to me. Oh my gosh. Okay, now what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to take a flat brush with cat hair on it, and go into this deep brown here from the Downplay palette. And I'm gonna kind of concentrate on the outer thirds of my eye, create a V, if you will. Ooh, yes. Again, not as much pigment as Patrick Ta, so you're gonna have to use a slightly bit more product, a little bit more coaxing, but still. And run it along the lower lash line to smoke it out. Really? That's so pretty. I'm gonna go in with this the dark brown on the Patrick Ta, on the same type of brush, stamp it. I think this brush is too big. And let me see if I have a smaller brush. Oh my gosh, okay. Just a wee bit more pigment. Well, a lot more pigment, I have to say. And then just blend it. You really don't need much when you're using this palette. You really don't. It packs such a punch. Look nice. I'm gonna take that first brush that we started with and just blend that. Oh yeah, that's pretty. And then the same thing with the LA Girl. Blend it out. Just a little bit more intensity on this side. Now with this lightest shade through here, I'm gonna take it on a clean brush and pop it right under the brow. And then softly blend it. Same exact idea, like a bone color. I'm gonna take it on a clean brush and same thing, just go ahead and apply it right up under the brow and then softly blend that out. I can't tell the difference. Now for all over the lid, these shimmers are actually super smooth and glassy. Not glossy, but glassy on the lids, meaning it doesn't show a lot of texture on our mature eyelids. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with this shade through here. They are surprisingly buttery. So I'm gonna plop it on this side, and this shade is just exquisite. It feels so buttery, it almost feels like a Natasha Denona or a Pat McGrath. Look how, oh, it's so pretty. Okay. And then I'm going to take that first brush and just blend it like that. So beautiful. Isn't that pretty? And now that I mentioned Natasha Denona and how buttery this feels, I'm going to go in with the Natasha I Need a Nude eyeshadow palette because you know I love her eyeshadows. They are buttery, they are creamy, they are silky. I was so shocked to see how beautifully this is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with Whisper. Buttery. Okay, so here's Whisper from Natasha Denona. LA Girl. They both feel silky, buttery, smooth. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Whisper and plop it on the lid. It's a little brighter than the LA Girl, but it almost feels, this side actually feels better. The shimmer. But again, I'm using less product. Oh, this is such a fantastic eyeshadow. I love it. But both feel the same. Oh my gosh. Now this is a little brighter and a little cooler in tone, but you get the same idea. It's amazing. Okay, $70 and some change versus $8.99. One palette. I had to use 2 palettes to get this look. But what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and put on some eyeliner and mascara, and we're gonna finish up with finishing powder and lipstick. Okay, mascara and eyeliner are on. Now, if you know, you know. I used my L'Oreal Infallible Mechanical Eyeliner in Brown Denim. Please tell me, is there a high-end equivalent to this? This is probably the best eyeliner that's not gonna budge or smudge on your eyes. I just tight lined my upper waterline and it's just perfection. It's just perfection. I can't find a better one. High-end or drugstore. This is my absolute favorite. And then of course, Hyper Easy from Maybelline. It's a felt tip pen that is so easy to just tap along your upper lash line to give yourself a little bit more oomph and definition for eyeliner. And then for mascara, I just love this mascara so much. It's from City Beauty. It's called their Beyond Mascara. I know it's pricey, but it actually has biotin and keratin to help nourish your lashes. I don't know, I just can't put this down. It makes my lashes look thick and volumized and beautiful, and my lashes don't feel brittle. But yes, I've noticed less lash loss, but I do have a code where you can get a discount. This is just a fantastic mascara, but if I would offer up a drugstore alternative, definitely the Lash and Roll mascara from e.l.f. That is a fantastic mascara. I think that retails for like $6 or $8. For finishing powder, I love this drugstore finishing powder. It is so finely milled. Not a lot of people talk about it. It is from Hard Candy, of all places. I picked this up at Walmart. It is their Hard Candy Chilling Wonder Sheer Envy Loose Powder. You've probably seen me use this before, time and time again on this channel. It is oil control. This is just amazing. Okay, it's so finely milled. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm just gonna put a tiny bit into the lid. My skin is super dewy right now, I guess because we've got the glow primer, we've got the foundation on, but I just wanna set a tiny bit under my eye and right through here. And I'm gonna take my brush, tap off the excess, and just press that underneath. Like I said, it is so finely milled, you will barely tell it's even on. And then it smooths out your pores. Ridiculous. I don't even know how much this costs. I think it's like $8, but it's so beautiful. As far as chilling, I don't feel any sort of cooling sensation, but it just makes your skin look flawless. But see how I still maintain that glowiness, where I'm just placing that powder where I absolutely need it? Less is more. Less is definitely more. Now, for my expensive counterpart, you can't go wrong with Laura Mercier. It is so high-end, it's so expensive, but it's good. It's really, really good. I used to be one of those people who hemmed and hawed and was like, no, it's really not that good. And a lot of people ask me, why do you buy so much expensive makeup? Well, I have to buy the expensive makeup so I can find the dupes to them. And you know what? In my opinion, the Hard Candy is better. Now, I'm gonna go ahead, I cleaned off my brush. I'm gonna take the Laura Mercier and apply it just to the exact same spots. Set that concealer right through there. It's not as finely milled as the Hard Candy, but this blurs so beautifully. I remember the first time I tried it, well, actually after the sticker shock of what, $34, I was like, are you serious? It's powder, what? And then when I tried it, I was like, oh, I get it. I get it. Both are beautiful. Now, for the final product is lipstick. And this drugstore lipstick, you probably already know. I love it. It's creamy. It's pigmented. It's comfortable on the lips. It's from Milani and their Color Fetish Matte collection. This is in the shade Passion. It is a gorgeous deep brown mauve tone. And then the counterpart is from Makeup by Mario. Sorry, Mario. It is their Ultra Suede lipstick in the shade Jessie. Similar, very similar shades. So I'm gonna do the left side with Passion. Oh yeah. Oh, it's like silk. Ah. Oh, I can do this. I can do this. Milani, Makeup by Mario. Both are matte. Oh gosh. Okay, this is a little deeper in tone, but you get the idea. And here we are with the final look. I might look a little crazy, but do I? I don't know. And I definitely have some thoughts of drugstore versus high-end makeup, and I'm ready to pick the winners. As far as primer goes, between the Milani and the Yummy Skin Glow Serum, you guys, I can't tell a difference. They're both beautiful in consistency. They both provide a radiance under your foundation. They're both hydrating. Drugstore wins. Sorry, but I do love this one. I really do. Now, for foundation, Revlon versus Makeup by Mario. Okay, so there's a huge gap in price, right? This is $42, this is $13.99. I think it's a tie. I really do think it's a tie. If you want more coverage, go with the Makeup by Mario. Although this is gorgeous on its own, it's definitely buildable, but these are both, I don't know, it's a tie. Which one did you like better on my skin? You let me know down in the comments. Now, as far as bronzer, I gotta give it up to Essence. You guys, this is such a fantastic bronzer. It's so smoothing. It's so beautiful on the complexion. It's seamless, although I do love the Chocolate Soleil from Too Faced. $36 is a lot for a bronzer. This one, is $4.99? Drugstore wins, in my opinion. Yay! Now let's talk about cream blush, the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Makeup Stick versus Pat McGrath Color Lab Balm. This retails for $3.99. This retails for $29. I have to give it to Wet n Wild, you guys, because even though this is not as balmy or as dewy as the Pat McGrath, it's going to have more longevity on your complexion. It's not going to transfer. I noticed right away using the Pat McGrath, it's already faded. The only way I found to make the Pat McGrath blush last all day is if you set it with yet another blush. So if you're looking for convenience and a beautiful, affordable cream blush that's not going to break the bank, definitely give Wet n Wild a try. This is gorgeous, and this is in the shade Floral Majority. I'm going to have to give it to Wet n Wild. I'm going to have to give it to the Drugstore Side. As far as eyeshadow goes, if you love neutral and you want a little bit of shimmer, and you don't want to think hard whatsoever, you know exactly what you want, definitely try the LA Girl Downplay eyeshadow palette. This is so pretty. It's so versatile. You're going to get 5 mattes and 4 shimmers that are super creamy, super easy to blend. You saw how beautiful the shimmers just went on like glass. You saw how it just blended out beautifully compared to the Patrick Ta Majors Dimension 3 All Neutrals eyeshadow palette. Don't get me wrong. This is $70. I don't regret purchasing this. It is a fantastic eyeshadow palette. I don't know, you guys. This is a tough call, but obviously this is the better deal for $8.99 versus $70. This is definitely comparable to Patrick Ta. I know. And then for lipstick, I prefer the Milani. No secret here. The Color Fetish line is absolutely affordable, gorgeous. They have so many different shades. The mattes feel creamy, silky, hydrating, whereas the Makeup by Marion, it's a great lipstick. I love the shade, but it doesn't feel as smooth or as silky on the lips. Oh, and I almost forgot concealer. They're both good. They're both fantastic. These are my go-to concealers. You know how much I love the Tower 28, and you know how much I love the Physicians Glow Butter Glow Concealer. This provides light to medium coverage. This provides a little bit more coverage. It's more on the medium side. This one retails for $10.50. This one retails for $22. I think they're both fantastic. It's just what you are looking for. Neither of these formulas settle into your fine lines. They're both fantastic. I'm gonna give it a tie. I think Drugstore kicked high-end's butt today. I really do. But what do you think, guys? Let me know down in the comments. Which side do you like better? But yes, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I had so much fun. I hope you did too. And if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. I would love it if you'd be a part of our family. But for now, mwah. Mahal kita, I love you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.